Martin, what's going on, man? Catchwell, what's up? How you doing tonight? What's up, Rip? How are you? Excuse me. Mew, just in general, or from like Destin Rivals or something? Sword and Shield era. I think I have like a Garchomp or something. All right, 1 second. Let's see here. That's all that. That's... So I've got the Garchomp. Hold on. I'll just pull it. Let me just pull it out. That one. Hey, Shell, how are you? And I think that's really it, honestly. I think that's the only one I really have right now. I've only been doing this about 3 months, so most of the stuff I have has been new. I'm basically wherever market is. I want to say it's around 70, 65, 70 in that range. But give me 1 second. Shell, how's work been? What's going on, Si? Uh, I'd be at 50 on on this Mew. I'm at 50. Whoops. That's all right. I'm at 50 on that Garchomp. Yeah, I'm finishing up packing some of my stuff from earlier today. So where do you live? Are you on the let's see, it's 7 o'clock. So are you out mountain time zone? Colorado, that'd be my guess. New York City. Oh, late night, huh? What do you do? Oh, your cat sitting for a friend? Oh, that's cool. How many cats? One, two, a ton like I have. We got 4 cats here right now. We are cat sitting. I'm cat sitting. Well, my mother-in-law's cat is staying here for a little while, but other than that, let's. So that's your current hunt right now is getting those. What's up, Sneaky? So Mew, are you? Have you seen the new Chinese stuff? It's going. It is. I mean, look, I know I can tell you guys anything, so that's cool. But ugh, it is super frustrating, super frustrating lately. That's all. Just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Like I ask all the time, how do I get more people up in here? We get a couple new people every so often, and I just, it's definitely better for everybody if I can get up to 20, 30 people all the time for sure. But I figure let's see how the next couple months go, and then we may try something. What's up, Second Chance? How are you? So sneaky, I did not. I asked you the other day, last on Saturday. Oh, it definitely can be, and it definitely is. And I'll tell you about my experience the other day. I have a really good question for you actually tonight that we can discuss for a little bit. But okay, cool. Um, the um, the show I went to had a trade night. Okay, and if you go to, do you ever go to trade nights? I'm assuming there was like some kind of like ad hoc ones there at Collecticon, right? Okay, so a trade night basically for for what this was the show ended at 5 o'clock. They opened up a separate space. They rented out a space for people if they wanted to come back and hang out late and kind of show their stuff and have people walk around. So it's like having your own table without paying for it, if you will. So I'm curious if you have a card worth $100 and it's sitting out on the table and somebody walks up to you, what are you expecting them to kind of offer you at that point? So for your $100 card, how much are you thinking? Yeah, Mew. So like if you have a $100 card in front of you and somebody walks up, and again, the show's over, right? This is like a total, ad hoc trade night. What value are you looking to get for that card? Okay, especially like in trade, right, Mew? So like if you have a $100 card and they're like, hey, would you trade me for this? You're thinking like within a couple bucks of 100. That's where my head goes, right? If I'm trading you and yeah. Oh man, I had these two cards out. They were $800. I got a cash offer of 650, and I'm sitting here going, "Oh hell no! That's like 80%." You know, that's somebody walking up to me like I brought them cards to buy my stuff, and I'm like, "Oh God, no! Y'all are crazy." Because this is trade night. I'm not coming up to your table that you paid money for, and yeah. So, but how was Collecticon? Mew, do you ever go to those big shows like Collecticons or Comic Cons or any of that stuff? Yeah. When you say you got nice pickups, like you got things at good prices, or you picked up some cards you were looking for, or both, hopefully. That's good. Yeah, I picked up some stuff at the show. I mean, I got some of these. Those are booster bundles in there. I did okay on those. And then I'll tell you what, this is going to be the next hot set right here. You watch. This is the next box to take the jump. So mark my words. That's going to be $400 by the end of July. That's where that's going. So I see too much. There's that Magic Carp is out there, and everybody wants that. Paldean Fates, everybody loves that. That's already starting. But they're still printing Paldean Fates, is my understanding. But the Paldea Evolved came off the list. So there is no more reprints of Paldea Evolved. So when that finally starts to make the rounds and it's going to start drying up now. So that'll be good. And then I brought some of the Chinese stuff home from the show, and this is what we ended up doing Saturday. I don't know if you all have seen these, but there's a Chinese Gem 2 box. These are all the singles out of those. So, oh, you don't? Oh, I'll tell you, that's a great place to go. Oh man, the cards are beautiful, man. I tell you, you should really pick some up. I mean, there's some. Um, the boxes are what, $50, 55, something like that. And if you get one of these IRs, like this Eevee is like $50, so it almost pays for the box. Yeah. Oh, for 40. If they were selling for 40, yeah, you should have gotten one. I think I paid 50 for mine, and basically ended up selling them for that same amount on here. So I mean, I know I lose the fees and this other stuff, but yeah. But there's an Umbreon that's in that set that goes for about 150 bucks, $160, and it's a really pretty card, real pretty card. So these other, you know, Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeons, I don't know. I mean, if people want them, I'll sell them, but I'm thinking these might be giveaways. Okay, Mew, we'll see you. Callie, how you doing? Yeah, this and the art is actually really nice. The where hold on, give me 1 second. The Espeon, I showed you the Espeon, but I love the Espeon. This Espeon right here. Like, I think that's just a beautiful card. It's just great. So, oh, and there's different versions of the V too. So there's the one Vaporeon. There's another one. I mean, if you're an Eevee fan, you gotta get it, right? So that's all there is to it. The fat Eevee? What's the fat Eevee? Is that the one that you guys were talking about that you told me looks like what, Butters or Cartman? That's the other IR we got. Not so good, but it was still a hit. um, I've been talking to you guys about ComC stuff, right? I'm telling you, you guys got to get on that and stuff. I'm telling you, you got to get on there. Do you know what I picked? The one that I picked up the other day. That's I was super happy. Let me show you this. I picked this up. So again, going back to the turn your trash into cash. I was real happy with this one. Every so often, there's something good up there. Oh, come on. Where is it? Okay. Log. Pick that up off of there. I got that right around market. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then here's the other one. I made an offer for the guy. We're kind of going back and forth over a few bucks. But let me see if I can't find it. This is up there too right now. So The guy he's asking 190 for it, and the market looks like it's like closer to 170 ish. So, but I love this one too. He's like, I want chicken tonight. That's what he's saying. I know that. That's what he's saying in that one. So, okay. All right, let's see. All right, so what was your biggest pickups? KR, what's up, man? You want any packs or want to look at singles or whatever, just let me know. Sneaky and I are talking. That's it. Just packing up some stuff and from earlier today. I have singles from the new Chinese gem set if you're interested. The secret rare Gary from Breakpoint. All right, so I don't know what that is, but I'm going to tell you what I thought of when I read that. I'm thinking it's a snail under the sea. You know what I'm saying? All right, so hold up. Let me look. I'm looking it up. Yeah, I'm sure it's not, but all right. You talking about Gyarados? Is that what you're saying? Is that Gary? And that thing is messing me up? Oh, okay. That thing right there, this one? That's cool though. Yeah, that's neat. The guy I go to that I, buy a lot of stuff from or, get stuff to bring on here, they had gone out and bought XY ETBs maybe or Evolutions ETBs. Yeah. So I don't know if I should be buying those things or not. So what's up, Star Fox? Solberg, how are you? If you guys want to see, if you want to do any packs, let me know. If you want to see singles, let me know. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I got slabs, I've got raw, I've got some of the Chinese stuff. This is all the kind of stuff I've got for tonight, and I've got some other boxes behind me, but y'all just tell me kind of where y'all want to go tonight. That's good, man. I did I pick up? I was gonna buy the Slumbreon, but that was gone. XY stuff, yeah, I think so. I don't know. Were you on earlier when I said that Paldea Evolved? They've officially stopped printing that. The other thing somebody told me to buy was Celebrations. They said that Celebrations pretty soon. Somebody was so the one store where I live. There's one store. It's called the Fantastic Store. It's related to blowout cards. So they're I'm the guy that runs it, Fish, and everything. I know a lot of those things. So I was there at his store a couple days ago, and I was asking, "What do I get?" And the one lady said that Paldea Evolved came off the list of prints. So apparently, no more. I don't know if you noticed, but the box prices they're starting to shoot way up real quick. Oh yeah, I mean the Magic Carp, you know, that Magic Carp is going to go through the roof here pretty soon, I think. So, but the boxes are depending on where you look, there are sales upwards of $400 now. The TCG player I looked earlier has it at like 340 something. So, but I fully expect that to be $400 within the month. My guess would be $400 by the end of July. And the other thing that I'm really curious about is when I see some of these cases, like if you look at this, I mean it is a buy it now though. But look, I mean like here you go. 6 Paldea Evolved booster boxes, 2250, 2300. I mean that's pushing $400 a box right there. And then some of these other prices you'll see are 300. I mean there's a 300 pounds, right? So what's the premium on pounds right now is 30%, so that's about 390. Euros 10, almost, well, 11%, so that's another 350. So um yeah, 400 Canadian, that seems weird, but I don't know. Again, I think that these things are going to be shooting up big time here. So yeah. Well, and I've got cases here, but I don't want to break into the cases I have. Hey, what's up, Sideline? How you been? I haven't seen you in a while. How are things going? But mark my words, man, that's going to start picking up big steam. Paldean Fates, I when they turn that off eventually, I think it's oh, it's all good. I just how is your streams going? That's my question. I see you're up to like 700 items sold, so you're getting close. I also talked about how to like promote my stream. So I'm gonna they told me to make some videos and do some things, and so I'm probably gonna call y'all out by your names a little bit. Somebody was like, they said, take a video. Well, you're like, okay, when you say making, like you're profiting 1 to 200, or you're selling 1 to 200 a stream. All right, well then I just need to send you all my stuff and figure out how to let you run with all my money then, because you're doing better than me on that respect. That's for sure. But yeah, so um, I think when Paldean Fates finally goes off print for good, that is just going to spike up, knowing that there's no more UEXs. But Cujo, what's up, man? God, it's been a while since I've had this many people that are regulars on the stream together. It's been kind of slow lately. What's new? Nothing. Okay, so you remember we opened the box of this Chinese gem stuff, and nobody kind of wanted the other ones and all, and so I told you my daughter was gonna probably want to open it. That's what she got. So we have two of these now. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was it. I mean, nothing spectacular. So now I've got. I know they're sick, right? But I give me one of the other three. So I don't need two Eevees, but like 50-ish sideline. There's a so Cujo, I was you got the Leafeon, right? I think is the one you got was Leafeon. And then there's Eevee, Leafeon, Sylveon, and a Umbreon. Everybody's calling Slumbreon because it looks like he's sleeping under a tree. But that Slumbreon goes for about 150 to 170. So, but they're really pretty cards. And as far as I know, this is art specific to the Chinese set, so you won't be able to get it. But my thing is that I want to get some of those boxes, because if you think about this in the Gem Set One that came out, those are, yeah. I mean, nobody, like, it's not resonating with people yet, and I think it's going to be the same situation that people have when they heard megas are going to come back in the new generation, or set of Pokemon. Everybody's like, what happens to all the old mega? Through the roof, right? And everybody's going to start. So I want to get on some of those, and I don't know if you saw Cujo, but the Slumbreon graded as a 10 is going for like $900. The premium on that as a 10 right now is ridiculous. But What also blows me away is the white Reshiram premium. It's like 300 raw. I saw a couple sell at PSA 10s for like 550. That's it, which makes no sense to me. I was thinking for sure if mine got a 10, I was going to get a note from PSA telling me, "Hey, we need to charge you more money because I thought they'd be around somewhere between 800 and 1,000." Well, okay, I might challenge that statement because I will tell you there are several that we have. I mean, yes, I agree for the they're better made than the English. So I think Japanese is definitely the best. Chinese is second, but I do notice that there's a lot of scratches on the foiling in the Chinese. So yeah, sideline, I agree. I only sent it in at $40 or something. No, my EVs are clean. My EVs are, but I saw a lot of scratches on the like a lot of these cards. I saw like some scratches down in here. And hey T, how are you? Well, that's good. How's your company, T Square? Yeah, this one looks. I mean, this one looks really nice. I'm gonna probably send this one off. That one's going off for sure. Well, that's good. So we then this one here. I mean, the front of this looks. I mean, it's just gorgeous, right? I mean, the centering is perfect. But I think it's super hard to see, and I don't know if I can get it. I don't. Let's see if I can't see it here. There's like a oh, you can kind of barely see it. There's a scratch like right in here in the blue, but again, it's super hard to see. So I don't know if they would ding that or not. But I'm probably going to send them both in because I think that $50 EV turns into 150 to $200 as a 10. So Jenna, what's going on? Oh, let me tell you, you ain't kidding because there I have pulled so many really nice cards that are jacked up sideline where you can see like the line across the back. Oh, it's terrible. Johnny, what's up? No way. Are you serious? Is that really the missus? Say it ain't so. Oh my god, tell me that's her. Nice. It's no, no. Let's see. Johnny, I'm at I do one for 75. I don't get and Johnny, I don't recognize the name. I'm new. Um the Paldea Vault. Sorry. I did yeah. I just paid 330 for this. So hold on, let me see. So chances are I'm going to be higher than most people, but yeah, I'd be like around 390 for the box. But Johnny, I tell you, it's good. Why is it so expensive? Sideline because they stopped printing it. It came off the order form apparently, is what I understand. So, um, one of the shops that's real close to me is affiliated with Blowout Cards, who arguably is the largest. I don't know whatever you want to call them, right? I mean, they're bigger than Dave and Adams, so they're massive. Yeah, Cujo. I think it'll take a little while, but the Magic Carp. Actually, you know what? Have you seen? Um, the Magikarp PSA 10 prices, Cujo, those have gone through the freaking roof. Because I was thinking about buying one when it was 1,000, and I swear they're up almost to 2 grand right now. I gotta double check now. Let's see here. So, sideline, do you get a deal with them or no? Why do you have it raw then? Send it in, dude. Look, these things are going for 2 grand. Telling you, sideline that, and that's why that box is gonna keep going up because of that. Gotcha. Yeah, I think if you just um, so I met them a couple years ago, and in a previous role. So I just need to follow up and say and see kind of what's going on. Cujo, you got to get it graded, man. So Mrs. Cujo, make him send that in to get graded, please. Oh, that's cool. It, Cujo's all right. Where's Mrs. Cujo? Did she leave already? No, that's cool, man. If you got the relationship, go for it. Use it. Oh, by the way, just so everybody knows, um, I did talk to the shop. Um, they do, yeah. So why are you on here? Yeah, no, absolutely. I did find out I am going to have uh, black and white. I think it's going to be on release day. I don't think there's any pre-release, but I've been informed. I have a case of each of the ETBs, so that's a done deal. Then it just becomes what else I get. Oh no, you it is no. There's absolute. There are no booster boxes for it. So here's what's happening with black and white. And black and white, I is going to be really nutty. I don't know why. It's part of why they did 150. Was it 151 and Paldean Fates are the same way? Well, I mean, you could if you get up at like 2 in the morning and go wait in line at a Best Buy or GameStop or something. So, but I can tell you that they on initial release they are not going to have as much as people are expecting. So it might be one of these where we get this massive pop right away because they've been printing so much Surging Sparks, 151, and Prismatic that they weren't able to print as much black and white on as the as they normally would have had on the initial release date. So just be prepared. Oh, hey, sideline. I don't know if you saw this, but I got this back last week. I pulled this. I pulled this a couple months ago. Yeah, and it came back. I've been debating. I'm not sure what to do with it though. Like, do I sell it or do I hold it? Because I feel torn because I don't know if it's going to hold the premium or not. But I mean, it is the chase to go after. I don't know. So you can sell that in your stream. There you go. Yeah. Okay. There you go. If they are Bigfoot's toenails, I will take that deal. Oh, Cujo, that's a nice little pile there. Speaking of, I do have some other singles if anybody's interested. I just remembered. Let's see. I think they're right here. No. Oh, where did I put those? Sometimes keep I do the worst things to myself. All right. Where did they go? Here we go. All right. I think there's probably one more, but I don't know if anybody needs any of these. And then I have the sealed pack of it. Oh, that's awesome. Pulling that's awesome. That's such a pretty card too. I know the one I have that was in good shape that I sent that off. So they're telling me I don't know, August or September or something like that. So I gotta wait. I got a while to wait. Oh, that's awesome. All right. So T, what's for dinner? Well, actually, I'll just ask everybody. What's for dinner tonight? Do we know? Nachos. Now, are you a Mason? You snuck in here, man. I didn't even see you sneak in. Now you make your nachos yourself, or you go get them sideline? Like, are you putting the chips out, making the beef, or are you just going to like Taco Bell or something, some bar or something? Well, okay, that's good. Mason, just let me know if you're interested in anything. Um, I think you missed singles wise. I've got some of the super premium collection singles, but then I opened up some of the Chinese Gem 2 stuff and Gem 1 stuff. And so I don't know if you're into those yet or not. Eventually, this is the time to get them because it's all kind of brand new still. These are going to be the cards that people are going to wish they bought 2-3 years from now. Like this IR here from Eevee. It's only it's Chinese art only, so exclusive to China. So I know we got packs and boxes and whatever else. Yes, I'm selling them. When you can't, Mason. You're telling me you can't. Is the fan? You hear the fan? Is that the issue? Oh, okay. You know me. I'm always trying to check. Yeah, these are all okay. Perfect. The other day, I had the fan kind of blowing on me at a higher speed, and Aaron was like, "Dude, all I hear is that fan." so, so these are this is all for sale, Mason. If you're interested, but these are all from the Chinese gem boxes. This card's cool. This is Penny, but there's like an Umbreon that's kind of hidden here, and then Eevee's in the pouch. So that's a neat looking card. Yeah, man. I'll see you. I think this is from the first set. Yeah, that's from the first one. They have these little stamped cards too. Papa, what's up, man? And then we opened. Let's see. Personally, I opened two of these, and both of mine had IRs. And then we opened two on stream, and Cujo got a Leafeon IR, and the other box had four stamped cards. But yeah, these go for like $50. So if you get one of these, if you pull an IR out of your box, which Cujo was saying he saw 5 boxes in a row that didn't have one. Um, I think it's probably one every other one or one in every 3 boxes. The boxes are like $50. So it's all, but and the cards are nice. And the second set is all Eevee, so it's all Eevee all the time. Hey John, it's been a while, man. And you see, like they get these little stamped Evolution cards. I'm probably gonna see if I can't get some more of these, even just to hold. So, John, you send me a note. I write back to you a book about things. Mason, whatever you want to run, man, you just tell me. We'll just figure it out on the fly. I know, but then you didn't reply to me. You ghosted me for like a couple weeks. Where you been? How you been? Mason, whatever you want to do, just let me know. We'll figure out. I'll tell you what it is before we open it, but we can kind of go from there. I do have a question for you all. So I have an empty spot here, and let's see what else. Paradox Rift. Yeah, I guess it's kind of good. The rest of these are all about half full, but I like doing the $7 stuff where it's all $7. But is it if I just say $7 from the back, like pick a pack, or do I need to say except for Paldea or something like that? Or because I mean Sparks is not. I can't replace Sparks at 7 anymore. So what's the best way to do that? Help me figure that out. But Mason, Battle Styles, that's a brand new box, so there's nothing out of there. Most of these are still halfway. I think we've seen some basic hits, but nothing. There's not been anything massive out of any of that stuff. All right, what am I going to fill this with? What do y'all want me to fill that with? These are all. I mean, everything right now that's in here is $7 a pack. Any pack you want. So, and Obsidian has the. I actually have one. Hold on. But you're going for the Charizard. Okay, so hold on. Yeah, Obsidian Flames is definitely Charizard hunting. You got this one, and you have this one. So those are both out of Obsidian Flames. I think this is like, I don't know, 60, 75, something like that as a 10. But this one's like I think it's like still 400 or so. Yeah, they're super amazing. And they're Charizard, right? And it's been a while since they've highlighted Charizard, though. 151 maybe? Right? Because Journey wasn't. Destined Rivals isn't. Prismatic wasn't. Trying to go backwards. What else? What am I missing? Sparks wasn't. So Charizard's gonna have to have a moment here pretty soon. Now, if you want to get really crazy and you just want to open some packs and you like Charizard, I do have some of those Charizard big box things. The like collector boxes. You familiar with those? With that thing? So I got a couple of those. But if you want to get really crazy, we can go after one of these. So these are the there's you got, I think it's, let's see, there's one fusion. I know all the ones that I have two Evolving Skies packs. So which ones? The Charizard one or the other thing I showed you, the VMAX one? Give me 1 second. Let me double check what they've been going for, because I know I can tell you the one thing that's amazing about them is it's got 2 packs of Evolving Skies and there's, I think there's 2 Evolving Skies, and there's at least one Fusion Strike, but I think there's 2. So I'd be about 250 on one of those, and I've got one of each of the 3. So I've got a Flareon, a Vaporeon, and a Jolteon, and all 3 of them have the 2 um, Evolving Skies packs. And if you want, I mean, like something like that though, I found them at a store. But if you want, I mean, I'd ship that to you sealed, so that way you could decide if you want to keep it that way. And not only that, but keep in mind the promo cards that are in each one go for like 50-ish each, I think it is. So if I go, so like this right here, you see, there's the, so that's one of the promos out of the Flareon. 390 was what that went for. Um, and here's one that went on bids actually. So 3 and a quarter for that if you get a 10 on those. Um, Maybe 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, something like that. Because it's all Sword and Shield stuff. So it's not, it's old stuff. Oh, it says 2021. So 4 years ago now. And then if you do like like in the Vaporeon, same kind of thing. It's one of those, it's a risk, but if one of your promo, I mean, if the one promo gets a 10, you're set. Yeah, that's nuts. Hold on, let me find this in a 10, because I got to find this, see if I can find it in a 10. So PSA 9 of the Vaporeon promo is going for like 60 ish. So you figure Raw is probably about that same price. There's one that shows that it was bought as a 10 for 550. So I'm guessing if it went on bids, maybe around 450, but still, that's nuts. So yep. But with Evo Skies in there, you get 2 packs, you get 2 packs of that, and like I said, I think there's 2 fusion in there as well. So all right, what am I going to put up there? All right. So what else is going on tonight? Anything good? Let's not just sit here and stare at the screen all night. Let's talk about something. If we're gonna rip, let's rip. If we want to look at singles, that's fine too. But if not, let's talk. What's good? You got Black Bolt, White Flare in less than 3 weeks. Saying that out loud, kind of scary actually. 3 weeks. It's in actually just golly 2.5 weeks. That's gonna be a crazy set. Are you guys all locked in? Okay, cool, man. Is it? Oh, hold on. Let me. You know what? Did I not put stuff in there? Hold on, man. Sorry, I did not import those. I thought I had done that. All right, there we go. So Mason, let me ask you a question, because you know how it says pick a pack, and it says that you can. And I put those in the shop, by the way. They should be in there now. But it says pick a pack at $7. But if I want to put Surging Sparks in here, but it's at 8, what do you think? Just put. I just don't want people to think that, oh, those are $7, but those are 8. Maybe I got to start listing stuff individually. What's the best way to do that? That's what I want to know. Steven, what's going on, man? Mason, do you see those in there? Yeah, I think I might do that, or I may list the packs separately too, um, because pretty soon I'm gonna run out of one of these other ones, I think, and if I want to put in like Paldean Fates or yeah, because I mean, part of me wants to put Paldea Evolved in there. But you see that in there, right? The pick a pack should be in the buy it now for the shop. All right. Yep. I see it. I had just stepped away for a second. That's all. All right. I pulled 4 out for you to pick from. Where you want to go? Which one? 1, 2, 3, or 4? I can't do that, man. That's the way I play cards. You tell me. All right. So you want the Charizard? Yeah, you got it, man. All right. Here we go. Good luck. Let's get it. All right. Spoink, Bonsley, and a Togekiss. All right, man. Thank you for that, Mason. I appreciate it. Sorry we did not get anything. Yeah, John, go for it, man. Roll the dice, John. I want to do it. You want one of these 3 or you want something else? Middle one? John, this is what I got left. That's all I have left. I sold all my other singles. I have a bunch of common, like I still have a couple stacks of commons though. So, all right, Mason, get something good here. Bronzegog, Surskit, Doug Trio, and a Palafin. All right, well, gotta find us a Charizard yet. John, I'd love to give you a price if you're seriously thinking of waiting till Friday. We'll talk on Friday. And the only reason I say that is those things are so volatile, so volatile. It's not even funny because I know the one day they were 1,200. I looked 2 days later, they were down to like 1050. Now they're back. Oh yeah, yeah. Now you know the deal with the collector boosters, right? What's in them? The Paldea Vault. Which one, Mason? The evolved or this one, the Fates? So do you want to go looking for a Magikarp or a Bubble Mew? Okay, now they're back up to about 1,200 at this point. I'll show you what's on there. Let me just show you. I don't know if it's sold on eBay or where it's sold, but no, I'll open them if you guys want. I'll open them, but I wasn't going to open them until somebody asked for them. All right, so John, here you go. That blue Chocobo, almost 2,000. Come on. The green one, 1,200. Where's the black one? There should be a black one in here, I thought. There's a black Chocobo right there. That says PSA 10. $11,200. Oh, but wait, there's more. There's one. There is a serial numbered that card. There's a gold version of the card, so the whole card is like a gold foil. And let me just tell you, those are going for about 45 to 50,000 a piece. So yes, there could be a 45 to $50,000 card in that box. So, but I will also tell you there are so many um, cards that are over $100 out of that box. If somebody were to buy that whole box and you pay the 1,200, I would safely tell you you're gonna get 600 to 700 as a floor out of the box. My experience was um, better than that. I was getting I first bought it, it was like 700 a box, and I got I basically broke even on all my boxes. So, and some of the cards have just gone through the roof. One of the cards I sold for 150 is now like a $250 card. So, Mason, just what do you want to open? What do you want me to open? You tell me. Fates? You want Bubble Mew? You want to go chase Bubble Mew, or do you want to chase Magikarp? These are what do I got these in here for? Let's see. Yeah, these are 13 a pack. And these, let's see, what did I put these in at? These are at 11 a pack. So whichever you want, I can. All right. Well, here I'll get you started. How's that? Now I've not looked at the raw prices in a while, but I am pretty sure as a PSA 10 that Magikarp trounces the Bubble Mew. I have not looked at the Bubble Mew price in a while. So okay. What's up, James? Okay, so Bubble Mew. Oh, it's starting to go back up. It looks like. Wow. Okay, so the tens are back up to looks like 960 ish. But I can tell you this: the Bubble Mews, just as a raw card, are like $300. And then this is the craziness of this whole thing to me. Yeah, that thing is sitting pretty still. Okay, so this is what I don't understand. The Magic Carp out of here in a base in raw form is about a $200 card. Or for a PSA 10, it's a $2,000 card. Or you get the Bubble Mew out of here, it's like 300 for a base, or 950 for a 10. And I haven't looked up the DR one in forever because that card hates me. I still have not pulled one. Okay, raw they are still going for around $400. So that's a good price. I mean that's good. And then oops. Um so I had one loose box left. I sold it, but I ended up getting $210 for it and I can't replace it for that. I have a case behind me, but $210, though, it's terrible because I don't get it direct. And none of my stuff, I don't get any of my stuff direct. If I was getting it direct and paying like, $90 a box, I don't care that I'd be selling it at 210, but I don't. That's the problem. So I know I lost money on that. PSA 10s of that Mewtwo are $1,200. That is crazy. Oh yeah. Oh shit. I mean, I've got the one ETB. That I could do for like 120. Yeah, that's all I've got. That's all that's open. This is the only thing loose I have. But yeah, I only got 210 for the booster boxes. So, but all right. Let me see here. All right. Well, this will now be open if you decide you want to go that route. So there you go. That's open. I don't know if that makes it easier or harder for you. Oh, here we go. You're getting crazy, y'all. All right. Where do you want to go, sir? The 6 wonderful packs. So this one right here, correct? Okay. Good luck, sir. They're definitely. I pulled the big hit out of Sparks. I pulled the big hit out of Prismatic. I pulled the big hit out of a lot of things, but I've not pulled this one. Ugh. Sorry, sir. Thank you, though. I've yet to pull the Bubble Mew, and I have yet to pull the Destined Rivals Mewtwo EX. But I know I pulled a Charizard out of here. That came way back when it came out. I pulled the Pikachu. I pulled the Lily's Clefairy. Twilight Masquerade, I pulled a Greninja. Sparks, I pulled the Pikachu. Let's see. Pulled the Prismatic. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing one. I still can't pull anything. I guess it's anything related to Mewtwo. I'm not able to pull. Mason, I hear you, but I mean, no pressure, right? But 3 packs. I mean, the odds were never in our favor. We got, if we did 30, if we did like a box worth of packs, then we'd start saying not my day, because that definitely is kind of crazy for sure. I will say, if you end up buying, like, if you do a whole booster bundle, typically I'm seeing like 2 things out of it. Unfortunately, it's not usually good stuff. But the one neat thing about Paldean Fates that is nice, and I was just trying to see where did I put those, is the shinies that come in there. Those are kind of picking up. I mean, they're not huge, unless, I mean, if you get one of the big names, they're huge, or they can be. But the yeah, like these right here. Some of these are worth quite a bit of money. I think the Pikachu is like $30 or $40. Yeah, I did 2 of these bundles after the show for myself. So this is what I ended up getting. I think this one's okay. Clive is like 50 cents, I think. This Toadscroll's like $1.50. I think that Alakazam's probably $1.50. This one I think actually might be worth a little bit of money. I think the Smoliv might have been like $4 or something. So, but chances are, I've noticed most of those have always had at least one shiny. Give me 1 second. Whoa, 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 whoa. $2.50. And then was it Klefki? And then the shiny foil Klefki's like $4. But Mason, I don't know if you were on. Were you on? I don't think you were on earlier when I was talking about. Have you been on when I talked about ComC? No, have you been on when I've talked about ComC? Okay. The fact that you rip, and I know I send you stuff. I know I'm not the only person you rip from. So let me just show you. This is a website you need to go check out. Okay. It's just comc.com. Okay. And the reason you need to go check it out is they take, so this Klefki, what did I tell you, was $4, right? Let me show you. Okay, so what I do is I send a lot of my lower end stuff, and you can see here, this is what I've sold stuff for: $1.24, $1.25, yes, 29 cents. And you may go, why the hell are you selling something for 29 cents? I'm telling you, it's Cujo. I don't know who I was. I think I showed you earlier. I don't know. I'll show you in a second here. But Mason's never done it. But Mason, if you add all this up, right? All these little, look, there's a $4.99 card, $2 card, $2 card. This is all the crap I've been selling. And if you look, Where did it go? I have so all of the black and white Japanese, and I don't know why it's so blurry on there right now, but these are all the black and white IRs that I pulled that were sub $10, and I've sold them all. 6, 6, 5, 3. So I take all that, and I'll show you what I bought on here if it picks up. I do not German. Sorry. And now my internet's deciding to be really slow, so I can't. It's not going fast. I have noticed that their website has been incredibly slow lately. Well, needless to say, I have picked up. Let me see if I can't hit the back button real quick. Well, all right. Here, can you see that? That's the Mew in the tube. I picked up this. That's a Charmander Japanese. A Squirtle. That's a PSA 10 I picked up. PSA 10, and a lot of some of the slabs that I show you guys. That's where I get this stuff. So my 151 Charizard, I got from ComC, and I have to believe you've got hundreds of these $2, $4, $8 cards that you're sitting on that you don't know what to do with. And if you just create an account with them, send them. I tell you to start with like at least $100. 200 is probably better. Send in a couple hundred cards and have them list them. As soon as they get added, all you do is you go. They take the photo, they put the title in, they charge you 50 cents a card, and you go in and price it. And once you do that, it's for sale to anybody on ComC. And they have a relationship with eBay where almost everything gets cross listed over on eBay as well. So not only are you getting the ComC eyeballs, you also get the eBay eyeballs. So yeah, dude, I crossed a major threshold the other day and I didn't even realize it, but I passed 100,000 in sales on that site. And the one thing that you want to do is when you get money on there. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't care. I'll show you guys these things. I don't really care. So right now, I've still got 4,000 items in my inventory. My total asking price is 12,000. My total sales are 100,000. And then right now, they're working on another like 500 cards for me. And I gave them another 50-ish or so. So that they've got another like 550 for me, and I'm expecting to see that pretty soon. So, and then if you come and you look, again, I'm changing real simply. So, two things. All right, just so you know, I used to work there, right? I don't get any money for this, okay? Uh I tell you that that's a story for another day. So I know everything how it works. Typically, yeah, typically I used to put all my cards like this, where everything was in a soft sleeve, okay? I know for their process, they take it out of this and do something else with it. So this actually having it this way, I mean, you send it in however you want, but this is it. Never put it in a top loader unless, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But send it in a soft sleeve or not. It's up to you. They don't really they're not hard on condition, but if you get like a real serious scratch, they'll mark it as like EX to near mint. Otherwise, if there's no notifier on it, then it means it should be near mint or better. Um, and I take the white boxes. The and how many cards do you think you have? I'm curious that would fit that anywhere. And I mean, look, you can send $40 and $50 cards. That's not a problem. Some people just like to list those on eBay. But I'm like, again, if they cross listed on eBay, why do I want to take my time to do that? I don't need to. But if you've got, let's say, 3,000 cards, I'm going to tell you to pack it a little bit different. But essentially, you've gotten the white boxes from me before, from ripping on my stream, right? What's up, Vincent? Did I lose you, Mason? Oh, what I was saying is you've received one of the white boxes that I've shipped you before, correct? I went to a card show. Yeah, over the weekend I did. Yes. I went to the Chantilly show. There you go. Here you go, Mason. This is what I was able to pick up. Right. This is the stuff that's out there. And if it goes quick, I'll show you the other thing I'm working on making an offer for right now. And this is the other thing that I'm trying to get an offer on right now. So that's a 10. It's a PSA 10. This one's a PSA 10. He wants $200. They go for like 170. So you can make offers or just buy it now if you want. And there's sometimes when you actually I'll pay over market on here, because if you get your money back, they take 10%. But that's a great way to get um, cards that are listed up there that you want, and you turn your trash into cash. That's why I call it that. And man, I picked up a lot of good stuff from them lately. Oh, and if you buy on their site, um, no taxes. You don't pay any taxes. You don't pay any shipping because it just goes into your account. And once you get a lot of things that you've bought, and I've got to do this actually here in about a week because I'm going to the Collecticon. Hold on one second, because I'm going to the Collecticon in Richmond at the end of July. And what I want to do is this is what I've bought. All right, so these are all the things I've bought that I haven't shipped yet. So this is like a little cheap Urshifu. I think it was like $40 or something. This Mewtwo, that's a Japanese PSA 10 Squirtle. Zapdos English 10. Um, Detective Pikachu I bought, and a Charmeleon Japanese as well. So all those, once you buy them, they sit in this queue here, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit ship them to me now, and then I'll get those six. Well, that's hopefully I get that Charmander too. So all seven of those cards will come back to me, and then I only pay for shipping one time, and shipping for all that is like $10, which is way less. I mean, it's like $2. It's not even a dollar. It's not even $2 a card. So it's so much better if you can find what you want on there. But yeah, get that ready. So I tell you, but I just send the white box, package it up in there, and that's it. Make sure they're packed in pretty tight so they don't like shake back and forth. But if you do that, I haven't had any issues. Mason, remind me, where are you again? I'm trying to think if they go to any shows in Kansas. I if there's a bigger show, there, they may. Um, hey, how far is Kansas City from you? Oof, that's a hike. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Um, Depending on how I do at this Collecticon in July, I think I'm going to. a buddy of mine keeps trying to get me to go to the Collecticon in Kansas City. So he's like, "We stay at the Harrows, man." Oh no, you're killing me. Hi, Retro. So Retro, you should have bought that other box. You should have bought that box of Gem 2. Because now I have two Eevees. So yeah, you guys didn't get it, and I told you Emily wanted something to open, so she opened it, and that's what she pulled. What's up, Pokey Jam? But Mason, if you want, okay, well now you're gonna have to. Okay, first, okay, grade second. Remind us what you sent in. Okay. Now, also, I'm very okay. So I have like three things I want to ask you. So let's go with that Nido King first. So you sent the Nido King SIR. I'm guessing I told you it should or shouldn't 10, or I told you what I thought it would get, and then you got it back, right? So that's cool that you sent it. Did I tell you I thought it was good? Hell yeah. Don't tell me it was the Nido King that didn't 10 though. You really that Nido King? I mean, would you send in like five of them? You had a bunch of them. Just one, just the one. Okay. Well, that's cool. I'm glad that Nido King 10. That's awesome. Was there anything else that you got from me? Yes, Mason, you do need to send your Mewtwo in. Okay. Well, that's good. But that's an amazing hit rate, Retro. Like that's awesome. Unless a lot of it was Japanese and stuff. Yeah, no, I mean if they're all coming from me, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, because I'm curious. Like if I told you, hey, I think this is going to be a 10, and you get tens, that's just helping me, learn and get better educated on what I think is they're looking for and stuff. So, oh, I'd be ecstatic. So I just so what other big cards did you send in? Nice. All right, you guys heard her. That's my Nido King. So she's gonna. So retro, I'll shoot that over to you. Where did you get that from? That's awesome. Yeah, you know how much those are going for? We were looking them up earlier. They're going for like $1,200. All right, so retro, go sell it, and then put that into your account, and let's rip some more for you. Let's do that. The uh, the one where it's like he. Oh my gosh! So Mason, it's funny. Somebody was telling me about something on that artwork that it's like he's peeing. Give me 1 second here. Golly, this is terrible. That one. No, Angie, I'm out of that, man. Yeah, and if you look, um, it's hard to see, but if you look right here, you can. Well, actually, it's it's right there, but you can see it looks like he's peeing. It's like he's peeing on the light on the city. So now that's the joke. Yeah, that is super ironic. Retro. I don't know if I told you if that would grade or not. I don't remember. Did I tell you that would get a 10 though or no? Oops, sorry. Sorry, I just kicked the kitty. He was up under my chair and all. Pretty sure I did. All right, well that's good. Hey, you know what? I'm happy with 50% being right because I'm sure, like you said, there were some other ones I told you to send in. So I'm guessing I'm at least 75%. So that's good. All right, here we go. So this is all the stuff I pulled out of the Chinese stuff retro, that's including the others. So Cujo depends on what I'm doing. Um, I've got a stack that I'm working on right now. So this is the current stack. Okay. So all of these cards here, this one I need to look at one more time because I think it's a little off, but I don't think it's too bad. Let me just go through these Cujo and then I'll tell you. Okay. So retro, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't ever do that. Don't do it again. These are the two cards I need to double check. These are super risky bets. I'm just gonna tell you both. Tell everybody right now. These are both risky. The backs on these are pretty good. I mean, that's just little white fuzzballs. But the way this is cut, um, you know. But for the most part, I think these are good. So like if this comes back a 10, it's like 450. So what I'll do is you guys know I've had these for a few weeks now. I picked these up last week, and I'll wait until I get 20 Cujo, and then I send it in value bulk because. And the nice thing, I mean, kind of the nice thing about Pokemon is they're almost all under $500, and I would tell you unless a card is $800 as a 10, like know what the 9 price is and know what the 10 price is. And the reason I do that is because, and I'll tell you what I did with this. So this card, I know it's a big card, but I sent it in. There's a, what do they call it? Value max, I think it is, where the maximum price is $999. And I sent it in under that. And the reason I did that was because I was going to get it back in 20 days. And I wanted it quick. Same with the Reshiram. I sent that in that same way. And when this got a 10, they do is they send you an email and saying, "Hey, we know you didn't know what the price of your card was before you sent it in, but because it got a 10, we need to charge you instead of being $50, it was $170. But I'll gladly pay that because now I know it's a 10 versus don't pay for what your card's worth if you get a 10." And so you can send it in as value at $25, but why not hold on till you get 20 cards where you can send them in at $20 because the service days are the same. And then any card like this that I want back sooner or that I think is more, um, and that has that $500 limit. Like we know, like, this card's over the 500 no matter what, so I bump it up. The white Reshiram, it's 300 raw. I thought it was going to be 700 or 800 as a 10, but I wanted it back quicker. So that's what I want to do. Yep, sneaky. That's good. Retro. The reason I'm telling you not to do GameStop is because there has been a lot of theft from GameStop. So one manager got fired from a GameStop because they stole $30,000 worth of cards. Cujo, give me 1 second. Let me look up their service levels again real quick. Yeah, so that is a big thing. They're getting into it, but they're also not that knowledgeable either. And um, I will say, my if once I think it's $100,000 in total sales ever, I'm gonna offer grading when I can do that. That is something I really want to do. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go to PSA and sign up for an account. Okay, it costs $100 for the account, but you get $100 worth of credits. So it's basically free. They just want you to do that. And then for that, again, you look at the max insured value for $200 cards. This is going to be great if you buy a bunch of like whale lords and articunos and things like that that you think could be up to, I'd say, $300. I typically wait to do this because I don't want to. I mean, it's $5 and it's not a lot, but times 20, it's an extra $100 that you're saving. And if you notice, turnaround is the same for both. So if you can wait a little bit, I always tell you to do this. And then these, let me go back to your list. Hold on. Depend on the cards. That's what I want to double check. Okay, I don't know about the Koro Mew. I don't know that one. The Bubble Mew. What do we say that was? That's 300 regular. So the Bubble Mew, believe it or not, I would send it under this value bulk or potentially this value plus. Okay? It just depends on how quick you want it back. If you want it back sooner, do this one. Don't pay the $60 because you don't know if it's going to get a 10. All right. Ancient Mew, Paldean Fates, Zard, and the Paldean Fates is what, $400. I think it's I would say the same thing. Now the Magic card that I would do at the $59 level because it's raw. Well, actually, wait. I mean, raw it's $200. See here's the problem. If you pay $60 to get it back and it gets a 9, then you could have gotten it graded for $20. So it's just kind of if you want to do that. And the felt hat Pika, I'll be honest with you, if I were going to do any of those and you wanted them back quick, just do the value plus. If you don't care about the speed, then I would tell you get 10 more and do the bulk. Otherwise, if you want to just send them in now, do the value. That's what I would do. And because Cujo, it's hard for me to kind of gauge how good you are. If the Koro is worth 500, again, if you think it might not 10, I would still send it in the other way. They will send you an email. I mean, don't worry about it. They're going to send you the email. And there are times when, like we talked about on the Reshiram, the white Reshiram, it's 300 raw. A couple of sales have happened already at 550. They're not going to come to you and go, "Oh, these are going for 550. We are going to charge you more." They won't. They won't charge you for that. But if you send in that ancient Mew, because the ancient Mew is what, like $100 raw, something like that. Yeah, if I'm you, I'm sending those all in at either the bulk or if I want it quicker, that like 30, what is it, 39 or the 39.99 one. Yeah, but Cujo, you just don't know if that's going to get a 10. Have them charge you more for the 10. And trust me when I tell you, um, the graders, they're not judging you based on what you picked and what you paid. They're just not. So, I mean, and just so you know, I've been to their facility. Well, read the fine print, okay? So if again, all right, let me tell you three things. One, I've been to the facility. I've done a tour of their entire process, and I've talked to the graders. I've seen the machines. I've seen how they do every single step of the process. So I know exactly what's happening behind the scenes. they're by the time a grader sees your card, there's already been 3 other people that have touched that card, and the only thing they know is there's a little bucket that has a color, and that tells them what service level it is. But that's not for the grader. The grader doesn't even care about that. All they're doing is just like that. Just tells the people how to prioritize. Ooh, this I forget the color, like which is most important. But like, hey, the white cards or the buckets or the cards that are in the white buckets have to go before the cards in the blue buckets, which have to go before the cards in the red buckets, and that's how they do it internally. Now, why do you need your card sooner? Or how soon do you need or want your cards? And that answer is important. Now, with the turnaround time, read the fine print, because the 65 the days that they estimate, those are business days. So this week it's not 5 business days, it's only 4. And when they receive it, you're going to get a note that says, hey, we've received your package. But until it gets entered into the process, the clock doesn't start counting. And that's what I hate. I feel like as soon as they say we've received it, that's when I want the clock to start. But I have one of my orders they received on May 2nd, and they finally put it in the system on like May 29th. So those 4 weeks that they had it in quote unquote limbo land weren't part of my 65 days. Now, the Umbreon and came back a little quicker than what they said. So if you pay more, you will typically get it back quicker. I mean, unless you're buying like the 1 and 2 day service, you can't get much quicker than that. I hope that all helps. I know I talked a lot, but it's hard when you guys can't tell me to shut up. I can't see your faces like, oh my gosh. And this Paldean Fates box 5. Are you thinking of taking them all, sir? Mason, if you take them all, I'll throw in a couple other loose, like EXs or whatever. So I'll make sure you get little extra hits. It says it right on there. I think it would it say 20 days, 20 business days. I think this is how I sent in the restaurant. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I sent it in this way. So let me see here. Yeah, I sent it in value plus. Is that what that was? See, that's I sent that in value plus. You can see it right up here, value plus. Yeah. Hey, Mason, I know, but I mean, I got those at 60. So at 13, we're at it's 78. So that's I kind of need to stay there. But that's what I was saying. I'll throw in some like extra EXs or 1 or 2 of these shinies or something like that if that helps. Um, I think I sent the Reshi like within a day of getting it. Let me see. Hold on. All right. So here's my dashboard. So they received it June 12th. I do know it's in grading, and it's been in grading for maybe a week now. Okay. Yeah, that's great. All right, I'm gonna pull a few out of the bottom again. All right, you got 3 to choose from this time. Another Charizard pack for you, correct? Okay, let's go. Good luck, sir. All right, here we go. Bronzor. Ooh, Sizor. There you go. That's nice. And a Toxtricity. One thing though, Mason, I think, and it's just my I haven't really looked. There's like this, yeah. Like I would tell you right now, if I offered grading, you should send it in with me. This thing looks immaculate. The centering is phenomenal on this thing. The back looks really, really nice too. That thing looks ridiculously good. And I'm telling you, I sent one of these in actually for myself because I think it's like $10 raw, but as a 10, I think it's $100. So why not take, why not roll the dice? You're going same place? All right. Dragonite. I'm downloading the app. Give me 1 second. Let me look and see where it is right now. But with 20 working days, um, I would expect to see it here pretty soon that it's finished grading. Oh, and actually, I'll show you something too. All right. Well, that's not too bad. So what do we get, Mason? 5 packs and one IR. I mean, what's not to that's pretty. That's still pretty good. Me pick this one. Does does it have to be out of Obsidian Flames, or you want it somewhere else? Okay. Let's see. Oh, what the hell? We're still doing good. All right. Let's go T-Tar here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm in the same boat as you. These are so sticky. I'm trying not to show you anything. Pokemon headquarters, Sharpedo, and another Sizor. All right. Thanks, Mason. I appreciate it. All right. So when you click this though here, 1 of 6. I mean, that's about right though. 1 of 6 is about right. So Cujo, it does say up here, estimated completion is September 22nd. So I would screenshot these, Cujo, so you can have that. And so if it starts to take longer, you can say, what the heck? And Reshi is still in grading. And they're telling me, so June 18th it got there and they prepped it on the 18th. It's in grading. Research and ID, I don't know why there's no date there, but it is in grading. They're expecting July 18th. So that would be about a month, which is about right. Maybe a little long, but we'll see. Yeah, that's but again, it'll go back to but why famous last words, sir. Famous last words. Whoa. Whoa. I mean, what happens if you pull like, the big Charizard out of here though? Yeah, see now you're gonna have to do another one because it's almost like a free pack, right? What did silver get you? I forget. Is that $10? I forget what I put on there. But yeah, you'll just have to you can put that on Paldean Fates. There you go. So wait, what are you doing with this one? You still want more obsidian on this? I mean, if you need to go for it, Cujo. But I would tell you that um, when's the next chance you're gonna have something that ability to do it? All right, I don't think we've opened any of this dude here. You want that one? All right, James, what's going on? Come on, stop it. Electric, Amoongus, and Entei. All right, Mason. Here you go. Look, I'm gonna help you out. Help you out. Let's see this dude. Let's see what we get. Lechonk, Houndstone, yeah. Okay, there you go. See, just saved you a couple bucks, sir. You're welcome. Hey, do you want everything, Mason, or just shinies, or what am I doing? I just want to make sure I ship you what you want. Yep, you got it. But yeah, Cujo, it's a little frustrating at times, but at the same time, because I don't guarantee tens all the time, and if I knew my cards were getting tens, I would pay the higher amount of money to get my cards back quicker. But at a 60, so this whole game boils down to making sure, and I will tell you this, I think it's critical if you are going to start getting into grading on a much regular basis, if you will, um, do groups of 20, like one a month, because that's what I've kind of done. Oh, Cujo's going and getting silver now. Where are you going, sir? You want obsidian? Well, I've got Surging Sparks packs at what, $8 a pack in there. So I can, I've got this, or I can open this booster box. This, I have to be at 60 for the bundle, but the pack, I mean, this is a much better deal because these are 8. So if you do the bundle, you get all 6, but it's $10 a pack. Otherwise, you can buy 8, and then I'll rip that open and go from there. Masquerade, yes, I still have Twilight Masquerade over there. Yeah, this set is catching fire right now. Have you seen what these are doing now? You want these 4 or you want some other choices? Okay. All right, Cujo, good luck. And I think you guys were all on here. I've already confirmed. Okay, I hate this. I don't know if you guys feel the same way as I do, but I swear this looks like something, but I can't tell. Like to me, it looks etched, but I think it's just a shiny silver. Oh, well, it kind of was. There you go. There you go. Did you? That's awesome. Y'all gotta tell me more things like that. I love hearing those things. Yeah, some of them have definitely been pretty bad. I can tell you that for sure. Okay, Mason. The last thing I saw you say is the bulk you give it to your brother, and then you say I hate it too. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, now I got you. All right, here we go. Let's see. Luxio, Nosapaz, and a Tinglu. All right. Yeah. So, uh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place because I'm trying to carry on all the conversations with you all as real time as possible. I think I told y'all I'm getting my case of Black Bolt White Flare. So I've gotten that confirmed that I will have those. I think it'll be on the 16th. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put those shows up there. Either I'll probably list them tomorrow, but know that I'll have a case. I'm going to. I know me personally, I'm gonna have to open one of them myself, not a case, but a box. Shinx, Skarmory, and Sinistcha. All right, thanks, Cujo. And yeah, I mean, look, part of this is I always wanted to be I still have desires of being a teacher. I've actually thought about going back and getting my PhD and being a college professor for my last few years. I love teaching. I love um, talking about stuff like this all the time. So if you guys want that, I'm happy to get on here and just talk about whatever y'all want, answer questions and whatnot. I definitely have. Just so you guys know, the site I showed y'all, that ComC, what they did was they were a fully bootstrapped company and they took an investment from eBay back, what, a year and a half ago or so. And I was there with them doing that with them. So I got brought in while they could execute that whole thing. And I was in the meetings with eBay and with them and with the investment company going through all that stuff. Um, Mason, my background, sales, marketing, professional services, um, leadership, all that stuff. Don't ask me to do finance. I mean, I can do finance. I can build spreadsheets and all sorts of things. One of these days, Sneaky, you said you're the one who puts the sheets together, the Excel spreadsheets with your pricing and stuff. But I mean, I can do. I can build out spreadsheets that'll show you like the costs and all the averages and stuff. And you know, Mason, what do you do, Mason? Cujo, your screen tail looks pretty damn nice. Oh, that's cool. Which which contractor do you work for? Like Johnson Controls or somebody else? Siemens? Yeah, I love them. Yep, that's good stuff, man. Yeah. So some of the things I do, if you're okay, so for you as a sales engineer, okay, um, my last, I'd say 3 jobs probably. My title might as well been chief revenue officer. So when I look at like the sales process, I go back and I look at all the integration points from the moment that somebody is identified as a lead, like if they express any interest or, and let's see, we also would do kind of predictive modeling of what products. So if company A has products A and B, if I look at across my entire universe of customers, what percent of people who have bought A and B, what is their next product, or what else do they have between C, D, and E? And then I go back to the sales team and will tell them, hey, look, 80% of people who buy A and B also buy product E. That's what you need to start pitching them next, because that's the best story of it. And then what we do is we start to look at all the touch points through the process, and we can start to assign probabilities based on where they are and what activities they do, how likely that is to close. So yeah, oh yeah, 100%. But and then we build out some other models where we give the salespeople like to overestimate that they're gonna do their thing and all like that. Like, oh, I think we're gonna sell this much, and right. But I can come in and put rigor around all those processes for people, because what we started to do was, hey, if we can close the deals, and I know that you're predictive, so I look at your predictability, your predicted close date, understand that, oh, you think this is going to close August 31st? Great. Typically, you overstate your close date by 45 days, which tells me really October 15th. It takes 30 days to deliver. We don't get rev rec until that. So now your cash flow is November 15th. So that's how detailed I get into all those kinds of things. So, all right, where are we going, Sneaky? Out of this box? No, this is brand new. There might have been I might have pulled like two packs out of it, but there's nothing out of it. So you want four of these, as I recall, right? Yeah, and right now, Mason, I don't. I honestly, I'm not done anything. Like, I'm not doing anything right now. So if anybody ever comes to me on here and I end up making a connection on here, and they're like, "Hey, can you come and work with us to do that?" Like, I've got all sorts of time right now. Sneaky, you want these four, or do you want me to grab you a couple more options? Okay, you got it. Uh, well, the other thing we could talk about that's a big passion of mine is stocks. So not only that, no, it's the drunk T-tar, but you call him sleepy, I call him drunk, whatever. But yes, let's get it. Yeah, so I know Siemens, German company, all that kind of good stuff, and yeah, I have to know them because I need to know where I'm putting my money. Silicobra. I will tell you. So had I been doing this a year and a half ago, I would have been pounding the table, telling you all to buy Kava stock at $30 and $50. I don't know if you guys have Kavas where you are because they're still growing, but Kava is definitely sizzlipede. Okay. Right now, if somebody asked me what to buy stock wise, I'd be telling you guys to look at it. I mean, I don't know. This war thing just keeps popping up. So I don't know about Lockheed Martin or some of those defense contractors. All right, I'm making you wait on this one, but I still like the pharmaceutical companies. One of my favorite companies is Eli Lilly. All right, sir. I think we got two things coming. Here we go. All right, you ready? Ooh, I think that's actually a decent one. I think if I'm not mistaken, this one's a couple bucks. And yeah, Cujo. I don't know if you do Robinhood or whatever, but Eli Lilly, definitely a stock you want to take a look at. The other thing I look for stocks that get beat the hell up for no reason. And I bought. You guys remember about 6, 8 months ago when all the computers had the outages and stuff, and everybody was blaming this company called CrowdStrike. Okay. CrowdStrike stock at the time was about 380, fell down to 200. I bought a lot, a lot of CrowdStrike. Um, if you haven't looked it up, go look up and see how much a share of CrowdStrike is now. All right, here we go. Boom, Karina's Focus. Hi, yeah. Whoopsh, whoopsh. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Go look up CrowdStrike stock. I had a couple of my buddies, they didn't get in right away. I told them, I said, get in, get in. And they were still, he kept, he kept telling me, he goes, well, I don't really know if they're still the best. And I'm like, dude, they're like in 80% of companies. They are the best at what they do. They made a dumb mistake. That's it. It was just a dumb move. That's all that was a dumb move. Product still works. Yes, sir. So to think you could have bought that a year ago for like 220. Sneaky, you want all your bulk or just your shiny stuff? Shiny good. Okay. Hey Cujo, get Mrs. Cujo on. Let's come on. We got to get her on here. Tell her to get back on. Or is she over there? Is she watching like a couple of the people I've told about this? I know one of them, T Squared, that was on earlier. She watches the people sell purses and um, sunglasses and stuff. She the other day I was talking to, and she goes, "I hate you," and I'm like, "What did I do wrong?" And she's like, "I spent 2 hours watching a stream about and almost buying a purse for $2,000." I was like, "Oh my god, it's so funny." All right, Miss Cujo, who? Do you do Pokemon or no? She doesn't have her volume turned up. She can't hear me. The silly, weird ones. So you don't have a favorite Pokemon character then? All right. So for you guys, you like the Zardmeister? Okay, cool. All right, I'll find something. I'll put it in there. Cujo, I'm just gonna throw something in for her on in your package, okay? Eevee wise, y'all gotta tell me which Eevee is your favorite Eevee? Any of the evolutions? Well, I think you already know what I'm gonna put in there. You got that one yet or no? Does she have that yet or no? Okay. Now, does it have to be Zard, or can it be anybody in his lifeline or in his evolution line? Because I have you could choose that one or this Charmander. Just tell me which one, and I'll throw it in there. All right, and then Sneaky and Mason and Cujo, who's your favorite evolution? Jolteon. Excuse me. All right, give me 1 second. You guys keep talking to me. All right, let me see if I can't find a good one. Oh, there we go. All right, Sneaky. I'm putting that into your pile. Okay. All right. So she wants the yeah, sure. Mason, okay. Umby. I saw one earlier. Hold on. And she wants the Charmander instead of the Charizard. Cooch, is that right? Okay. And I don't know why I said that. Why I said Cujo, but because I should. You're still here. I just asked you. So you want the Charmander over the other one, correct? Yes, you got it. You got it. There you go. All right, Mason. Check that out. How about that? Yeah, man. And Cujo, which and Mrs. Cujo, which one? Who's your favorite evolution? I am. No, I put them in your piles. I added it to your pile there, Mason. Yeah, man. Anytime. And Cujo, both you and Mrs. Cujo, what are your Leafeon or Oh gosh. All right, I'll put that Leafeon in, and then Cujo. Which one? What about you? Oh hell no! Check. Hey, come on, man. Look, he's shooting lasers out of his eyes. Mason, I had to throw that one in for you too, because that's like Superman's Umbreon right there. All right, I saw somebody pick up more packs. I missed who it was. I'm sorry. All right, Mason, you got four more. Which one you want? Brozard's House of Cards. Bro, how are you? I'm curious if you actually have a. But I mean, you tell me. I mean, Battle Styles, the T-Tar and Battle Style is like one of my favorite all-time cards. Um, Twilight, you saw we had the one hit, but we haven't seen any of the big. We haven't seen any of the big boys from any of what's back here. So all of these boxes have had nothing really pulled. Nina, how are you? Nina, Mason's having a difficult time choosing. Would you like to help him? Obsidian Flames, Paradox Rift, Journey Together, Battle Styles, or Twilight Masquerade? What should he get? He's paid for 4 packs. So, and Mason, now that you said that, you just triggered something in my and that I learned today. That okay, I'm gonna do it. Obsidian. That's where he was earlier. So we will keep going on Obsidian. Good choice. Okay, if I put that into chat and you see that, what does that mean to you? I was asked this question earlier today, and apparently my answer is wrong. Or I shouldn't say it was wrong. It's 100% correct, but it's not the current use of the letter, I'll say. Oh well, that's what came out. So we'll stick with this. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, that's what I said, right? Okay, I'm sitting here sneaky going the F word. A buddy of mine told me that in some like Call of Duty or something, um, it meant like you kneel down and pay your respects because that was the button you would push it to kneel down and pay your respects if like your buddy died in battle or something. And I was just thinking like, oh f. I was like, okay, but I'm glad you all still think it's what I thought. So that's good. I don't feel so bad now. Nina, I'm an old dude, so you got to bear with me. I don't know. I don't know. All right. I know you bought four, so you got to pick one. Who's coming? Which one's coming out? Presley, what's going on? Four is coming out, so that one goes away. We go here. Okay. Let's see. I can give you the number, or I could just tell you that one night they asked me for show me the waifus, and I literally was going through all the Pokemon cards, looking up here for the word waifu. How's that? We can also do some other references. Like growing up, I watched Different Strokes as a kid. How's that? Okay. Well, I watched Different Strokes as a kid. Dukes of Hazard was awesome too. What? Okay, so now I got to know. What did you watch as a kid? LeChonk. Baltoy Escovillion. All right, come on. Animal Planet? Okay, when I was a kid, they didn't have Animal Planet. It didn't exist. How's that? My Animal Planet was watching Sunday night Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom right before Disney came on and did their. There you go, Hound Doer. That is cool. I tell you what, Mason, this one looks. There's like one little tiny dot there, but I don't think that'll affect it. But dude, that's a nice looking card too. I mean, that is awesome. I think you've got two really solid candidates tonight. That is for sure. So Nina, what do you stream or do you just come on and are you on the viewer side or do you stream too? Oh, cool. What do you stream Pokemon or what else do you stream? So this is the pack I was going to put back, but somebody's saying don't no pack left behind. I don't know who says that. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I was just reading what I saw in the chat. That's cool. So how's your stream, Nina? Yeah, I just dropped you a follow too. It didn't work. Why not? Did you put I think you have to put it on. You have to like go and say turn it on or something. Did you do that? And if you knew that you had to do that, I'm sorry. I know I'm a rookie at this stuff still. Oh, you did? Hold on one second. See if my machine wants to cooperate. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't go through. Cujo, did you seriously? You're seriously. I was like, you sell whatever doesn't make it into the collection. Well, that's cool. Mawale San. Yeah, okay. Nothing really worth that, Cujo. Sorry. Well, Nina, I'm glad you found me tonight. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. We Most of these guys are usually in my streams, and I don't get a lot of people, unfortunately. I'm still working on trying to build up a following. So you know, any suggestions? Love to hear it. So, what's your collection of? Like, what do you go and collect? Mason, I don't know why that did that. IRs of Gen 1 Pokemon. Oh, that's cool. So, do you have a favorite Pokemon that you collect or no? Ah, okay. Well, if do you want, I can put in a $25 item. Like, if you want four more packs, I can create something for to do that. Just let me know if you want me to do that. I can throw something up. Yep, sounds good. September. Wow. Oh, right, because that's when this the quote unquote season ends. Yeah. Nina, where are you from? Sorry, I asked. I already know everybody else on here, so you're the new person, so you get all the questions. Oh, that's good. True. What's up? Well, that's good. Yeah, it's interesting that everybody's got their. I mean, it's not interesting in like a strange way, but it's really cool to find everybody's like what they go after and what they collect and who they like and why they like certain things and so I always find it interesting to see it in Texas. Oh, so I was born in Austin, so I don't know if you live there or somewhere else. You've never been? Okay, so if you've never been to Austin, then I would rule out pretty much. Then I'd say you're probably like out west in El Paso or way up north Amarillo or something like that. You just don't travel. Oh, travel's so much fun. In Houston? Yeah. Houston, I don't know. I mean, Houston to me was always this like, I just look. I know there's humidity everywhere, but Houston always felt like had it so bad. It made it so miserable for me. I like the Astros. I love the Oilers when they were there, but I'm not a Rockets fan. You're from Florida? Yeah. Well, that's even funny. You saying how horrible Houston is when you when you're from Florida. Florida's a little bit better, but I don't know that it's much better. But I will say, hey guys, so for the guys in here, I will say the one funny thing about Houston that always makes me chuckle is so in Texas you're allowed to have billboards on your highways. In Virginia, like well in this northern Virginia area where I am, and in Maryland, Maryland actually has a law that they don't allow billboards on the highways and stuff, so you won't see them there. And In Houston, the one thing I remember about all the billboards they have on their highways, it is the vasectomy reversal capital of the US by far. There are so many billboards I see in Houston for vasectomy reversals. I've it's hilarious that they put those ads on the billboards to me. What brought me to Virginia? Um, my When we lived in Austin, my dad worked for IBM. He got a job up in uh, well, the town's Gaithersburg, but it's north of DC. So he moved us up here when I was going like the summer between my sixth and seventh grade years, and then I've pretty much bounced around. I was in a tiny town for a couple years. Then I went to Frederick. From there, I went to Baltimore, lived there for a while, and now I'm in Leesburg, Virginia. But I will say, if you ever come over here, um, I definitely think Northern Virginia is a much better area than Maryland. But whatever. People have their choices. So I didn't get to choose it, but I will say this, Mason. My kids, I've got one who's going to he'll be a senior this coming year, so he'll graduate a year from now, and then my daughter will graduate in 3 years. And when that's done, I've already told her I'm out. I'm gonna sell. I want to sell this house, and I want to go live in Europe for a few years. That's my thing. So listen. I don't know if you've ever been or you've considered going, but I will tell you, it it's so well. I mean, look, everybody's their own person, right? And I don't know what people enjoy and what you like. And there's a lot of questions about if you like it. So when I go up, I loved history growing up. World War II is like one of my favorite. Like Band of Brothers, I watch that at least once a year, if not twice a year. I love World War II. I love seeing the medieval stuff. That history is so for me. It's like crazy. Um, yeah, and I will tell you the weird thing that I had happen to me is I went to a church there, and it was a church where my great my grandparents, like great grandparents, so I think it's like six generations for me back. They were baptized or something in. But you walk up to this little church in the middle of nowhere. It maybe holds 120, 140 people total in the whole building. And the little stone out front of the church says 1548 or something like that. And you're like, oh my God, this building, like if I asked you what's old, like name something old, it's a lock. People in the United States would say something like the Statue of Liberty. That's only 100 and something years old, right? This church was built 500 years ago. And to know that it's in the same place it's been for 500 years and the floor you're walking on was laid 500 years ago is just ridiculous. Cujo, easiest question you've ever asked me. Star Wars, 100%. 100% Star Wars. I, as a kid, literally tried to use the Force to see if I could move like a paperclip and stuff. I was totally doing that at 8 years old. I mean, I have let's sneaky. I can honestly say I have seen every single Star Wars movie in a movie theater when they were released. So, and Mason, I'm telling you right now, do you like food? If you like looking at buildings that have different architectural shapes and forms, and and look, I don't go and stare at buildings. Like, okay, I will go into these churches or cathedrals, or better words. I don't stay in a cathedral for 4 hours, but I like to go in for 15, 30 minutes and just look at the different things. And you literally will see stones that were put there in the 1100s. And I will tell you one cool place. No, they don't. They don't. Okay, one of the craziest things that I've ever seen that just blows my mind is I went to the Great Wall of China and I would walk up the steps on the Great Wall. And you all have been, I'm sure you guys have been to like, you know, streams or rivers or whatever and seen rocks that like you can see where the water's been flowing and it's kind of eroded out the stone and all. I will tell you, on the stone steps of the Great Wall, there are wear marks from all of the people who have walked on those steps from like many, 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 you know, 2,000 plus years ago. Oh, that's awesome. Nina, that's great. Was that the Jamie? Yeah, if you want, I mean, sure. Which ones you want to look at? Yeah, and Mason, if you like that, you have to go to Europe, and there's bazillion reasons to tell you why. Um, Arceus, no, I don't have any Arceus that I'm aware of. So most of the stuff I'd have would be all the current stuff. So yeah, Jamie, if I get some, but yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. All right, Nina. Yeah, that stuff's been out. Um, so that got shipped. So I it should be there soon. Houston's not too bad for me. Living here, I get most of my stuff gets taken care of pretty quickly. All right, Mason. So listen, the other thing you won't like, you I can't even you can't appreciate it until you're there. But um, we left our hotel. Okay, so I looked at the train. The train was leaving at like 12:30. I was looking at what time it was on the clock, and I'd gotten comfortable enough. We were about a 10-minute ride on another kind of they call it light rail or something else or whatever. And we left the hotel room at 12 o'clock. Got to the train station at 12:17. Got a drink, got a snack at the little newsstand. Walked up to the platform at 12:25. The train wasn't there. It showed up 3 minutes later and left at like 12:31 or something like it. Like literally, that was it. It is like going to a McDonald's, if I can use that analogy. It's like you just walk in, you get your ticket, you get right on the train, and boom, you're out the door. There is no security, there's none of that, and they go everywhere, and you get around so easily. It's so amazing, so amazing. I could talk about travel all day long because it is absolutely one of my favorite things to do. Right? If not my favorite thing to do. I don't think I have any pictures on the iPad though, or I would show you all of them. Ooh. All right. Okay. Are you guys Harry Potter fans at all? Nina, you're a Harry Potter fan? Okay. So what you need to do, Nina, is you got to travel, but you have to go here. That's where you got to go. So this is from the the spinoff one, if you will. So this is the castle, and this is the Great Hall, and this is literally the film set. So when they were filming all the Great Hall scenes, they were using this. This is the studio they filmed it all at. There's a better picture of the whole thing. This is outside of London. So Dumbledore's office, and so this guy here was showing this other lady these books. They don't do this very often. Oh, listen, I wasn't crying, Nina, but let me find some other stuff here. Here you go. This is the potions class. Now, what's cool is, let me see. Oh wait. Oh, here you go. All right, let me see if I can. Oh, it's not going to do it. But when you go there, this is spinning around, so they actually have the mechanical, so you can see the mechanical of how that all works. This was one of my. This is probably one of my favorite tours of all time. Oh, okay. Here you go. All right. Do you guys know where this is? I did not know quickly where this is, but now that I do see one big clue in it. Yep, that's Hagrid's hut. And I mean, the dog's there, but I mean, that shoe is huge. So, there you go. So they had these two, like the quaffle and everything like that. Here's the snake scene. There you go. You can see the snake's mouth right there. So this is when they were torturing the one lady and all. Oh, this is cool. There you go. Did you guys see that? This is how they were showing the when in the very first movie, how they made all the letters shoot into um the house, the invitations for him to go to Hogwarts. That was that. There you go. The growler or the howler, I mean, the yeah. There you go. Choo choo. Now what's really cool about this is when you get on here, there's 7 cars, but each car is themed based on one of the movies. So the stuff that's in the car is from the different movies. So you can see like there's the Quibbler. So that's I think that was the fourth one. The third one or the fourth one was Skeeter, right? Um and so like all so that's what they did. That was really cool. Um I'm just trying to think. But anyway, this was one of my most favorite tours I've ever done. And let me see what else. But yeah, I mean, Europe is just out of like it's so amazing. And if you like flowers and stuff, there's a place outside of Amsterdam called Keukenhof. They do a flower festival every year there. Unbelievable, unfreaking believable, so amazing. So, all right, we thinking anything else, or we want to call it a night? What do we want to do? Keep talking. I don't care. Frequently, I feel like all I do is talk, and I talk too much. But there are days I wish this thing you guys could talk back to me. Oh, do you guys who does Pokemon Go? Do any of you do that? I will say one of the neat things about traveling is the yeah. So Nina, if you ever do travel, you should resurrect your Pokemon Go account because it's really cool to see your Pokemon that you caught because you know how it tags everything where you get it. But for me, what was nice about it is it always led me to a place where I would find other people with a similar interest of Pokemon. And when I would run into them, I would see them on their phones, and I have no problems going up to somebody and going, "Oh, you doing Pokemon Go?" And they'd be like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Hey, I'm visiting from the states. What should I see that isn't in the books? Or like, where's a good place to go eat?" I found so many cool little places that way. It's so awesome. Yeah, because like when you go to the stops and all, chances are there's gonna. I mean, back in the day when it first came out, and you go and there's like 20 people at a gym. Oh my god, it was so easy. It's a little harder now, but still, there's still people out there doing it and everything. So I love doing that. All right, so Cujo, you're sending in grading. Sneaky sent his in. Nina's gonna grade her Garchomp or something. Nina, do you grade very often or no? Oh, we'll have to get you to start grading. It's fun. It's fun stuff for sure. Yeah, I will. Yeah, it's so worth it too. So how big is your PC right now? How many cards do you have? I don't know what number I'm expecting here. If I'm expecting like 100 or am I expecting like 1,000? I don't know. Any guesses? Anybody have any guesses? I asked her how big her collection is because she said she was going to get her PC graded. So I hear that and I'm like, okay. But then I said, how many do you have? And she's like, 1 second. I'm like, okay, are we gonna hear like 100 or are we gonna hear like 1,000? Getting 100 cards graded, yeah, a little pricey, but not unheard of. 1,000 cards? Oh my gosh, that'd be nuts. Well, especially grading all of that at one time would be crazy. I mean, it's really listen, Mason. When you grade stuff, man, it gets you start to think about how much you're spending, and it's like, oh my, oh my gosh, because just to do 20 cards, I mean, it's almost $500. And I will say, if you don't know how to grade, if you don't know how to find tens, yeah, then it can get real pricey real quick. 72. Okay, well there we go. That's not too bad. Now, are you going to send it in yourself? Because I was earlier, I was telling Retro was saying she did hers through GameStop, and I told her don't do that because GameStop has been getting hit with a lot of theft. Well, yeah, I mean it definitely has its ups and downs, and right now we're definitely in a hype cycle. So you're gonna um, you're gonna see it continue. I've seen some prices start to slow down, but I will say Destin Rivals, surprisingly, that Mewtwo has not moved. So that Mewtwo is going to be super popular for quite some time, I think. That's awesome. If you got a shop, go there. Yeah, great. Love that. But um, Mason, I'll be honest with you. What I've started to do, there's kind of two things I have learned, if you will, just for the audiences I'm attracting right now. So like for you guys, I don't have I'm not getting enough traction and enough like where I can put big dollar stuff out yet. Like the older things, like some of these streams, I will see they will sit there. Now they may not sell a pack for like only 2 or 3 packs an hour, but they're selling like $500 packs. I don't have that audience yet. But what I'm seeing with this stuff here is this moves. It's fluid. Like Sparks was really hot for a while. It's cooling down, but the Paldean Fates, everybody wants the Bubble Mew, and it's gonna because that's such a huge card. But that Paldea evolved. That Magic Carp that's 200, that if you get as a 10 is 2,000, that's ridiculous. That box is going to fly in price if that keeps going. But it's just so strange. Like, where does that come from? It's not like that card didn't exist for those 6 months. It just went down. Oh, I do too, Nina. Out of, I have said this many times. Out of everything I've seen in Scarlet and Violet, I think it is the best single card out of the entire series. Oh, Mason, I won't even make $3 because Whatnot ends up taking 15% on whatever I sell on here. So yeah, yep, Cujo. I'm telling you. I mean, this is beautiful. I love this card. I think it's great. I still would take. I'd rather have the Magikarp instead of this. That's me. 2300 ish. Yeah. I mean, she's beautiful for sure. But and then the other thing, um, Mason, that I'll tell you is Pokemon is getting to this point right now where I never heard it up until a few months ago, where people started talking about quote unquote vintage Pokemon. So being in the sports card world, you talk about vintage all the time. But now that Pokemon's getting to that point where they're starting to identify eras by vintage and modern and stuff, this I pulled. I pulled this card out of all the prismatic I've opened. It's the only hit. The only hit. But this card is taking off all of a sudden. I bought that, and then this is my big boy. So those are my three biggest Pokemon that I have as of right now. I'm trying to think. I don't know I'm trying to think if I have anything. I don't think there's anything in grading that has the potential to be up there. Um, I know my one order has. I've got the Surging Sparks Pikachu, the Japanese Mewtwo EX, the Greninja out of Masquerade, and I think there's one more kind of big card in that one in that order. But those are the only other bigger cards. Most of the other stuff I'm sending in is sits at the if it gets tens, probably in the $250 to $400 range. So, oh, I'm from Texas, right? How you like that? All right, here you go. You want to see? You want? I'll show you another. I'll show you some. I have some really nice sports cards too. Um, the booster boxes, Nina. I'll be honest with you. When I went to the show this weekend, I picked this up and I picked this up. Um, so I have there's a shop that I work with. He will when I get my Black Bolt White Flare, which I talked to him this weekend. That's a guaranteed. That's a done deal. I'm getting a case of ETBs of Black Bolt and a case of ETBs of White Flare. So that I know is happening. And for my first case, he usually hooks me up, and I get them all at MSRP. But anything after that, I get a small discount off of whatever he's charging. So that card was like 1,900. Went down to about 1,000 right now, so I'm just holding on to it for a bit. But oh yeah, 100%. Okay, one of my favorite all-time sets. I mean, I don't have anybody huge, but exquisite. This is Chris Bosch. This is rookie card. This card's amazing if you ask me though. Yep. Yeah, believe it or not, that card is actually not that expensive. All right, here you go. Big card. So rookie, number to 65. PSA 10. All right, let's see. But those aren't even the good ones. Got okay, here we go. Here's what I'm waiting. I'm waiting for football season because unlike Pokemon, sports cards have seasons. Sneaky, sneaky. Woo! Ooh, baby. Yes, sir. Number to 25, Sneaky. And that is one of his rookie cards. There you go. Well, now you know where one is. And believe it or not, this card, it wasn't worth that much money, but he started doing really well. I know it's your boy. That's why I showed it to you. But he started doing really well lately. And it started going up. So you know where one is. If you are interested in that, let me know. Seriously. I mean, if you're getting graded Pokemon cards, some of your graded Pokemon cards are way more than that thing. All right. Football, like when the season starts, the cards are, I'd say in about a month, the football cards are really going to start to pick up. Unfortunately, that got a 9. That is going to be a banger. So that's number to 149. So I think that's going to, I think it's a little over 1,000 right now, but in about a month, I think it starts to creep up, especially if he starts to do well. All right. I'm holding out on a couple cards. I'm going to wait until I get to what I got to the last little bit, and I'll show you some of the really nice things I have. I think that's pretty much it. That's all one. Yeah, that's all one piece stuff. So, all right, here we go. In no particular order. Okay, so this PSA 10 Paul Pierce refractor. Last I looked, there's only 12 of these, and this is his rookie card. Vince Carter Chrome refractor rookie. I think there's like 40 of these. You can tell. Look how old this thing is, man. That's an old label right there. I need to get a new label on that one. How's this? So this card, they're like, if you don't know baseball, yeah, this is like one of the kind of, it's not a grail card per se because it's not like a 52 mantle or whatever, but these cards and as a one is about $6,000 or $7,000 right now. So if as a 5 maybe, or even as like a 4, probably you're talking 30,000 or so. All right. And for all you basketball fans, there you go. A little LeBron rookie. Yeah. So trying to think. I think that's still correct. The one that just sold a little. Yeah, listen, Sneaky, I'm telling you, I have. Okay, so a friend of mine, when I went to my master's program, a friend of mine's significant other, boyfriend, I guess at the time, was an assistant trainer with the Wizards, and we got. I went to it. She got tickets every so often, and the first time we got tickets, she got us backstage. I don't know what to call it. Backstage, they had played the Lakers that night. Got to see Kobe a foot away from me and stuff like that. And the guy next to me was talking to Kobe and all like that. So, being a Spurs fan, I don't really care for it. I didn't like. I sometimes I let my emotions and feelings about other teams and stuff get in the way of things, and I was like, "Damn it, I missed an opportunity." Then I went out when they played the Cavaliers, I went out and bought a jersey. I was hoping we were going to get backstage because if LeBron was coming through, I was like, dude, I wanted him to sign my jersey. But we didn't get go backstage that time. But oh yeah, that was good stuff. But my probably my favorite basketball player of all time, Tim Duncan. So he's my boy. All right. Well, cool. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, then call it a night for me. Anything else before we go? Any other questions? Dirk, dude, Cujo, those refractors I was showing you. Dirk, I have a Tim Duncan refractor from '98 Chrome. Yeah, Nina, anytime. Feel free to come on and jump on. If I'm not if people aren't buying, I'm talking. So it's I just enjoy doing that. Love to have extra people in here. Makes it more enjoyable. So I appreciate you. Um, Cujo, Dirk, rookie refractor, Chrome. Yeah, there's a like if you're a Dirk fan, you got to get one. Even if it's not a 10, it's a beautiful, beautiful card because he's skying up in the air, grabbing a rebound and stuff. It's just a great shot, and the card is so beautiful. So, yep. You guys, see y'all later. I'm gonna drop a raid real quick just so I can try to get some more followers. So if y'all can just hang on for 2 seconds, you can leave the show as soon as we get there. But let me just drop us somewhere here. Hold on. All right, let's see. How about we'll try this one tonight.